Hello, guys. How is everybody? Hey, Danny. How are you? As most of you know, hey, Lee. As most of you know, this is the Dreams in Motion Spring Fling CruiseAthon this weekend for Helping Hands for Cruising, a nonprofit organization. I'm doing good, Danny, to help raise funds to get more recipients on a cruise for somebody that's never cruised before in their life. Whether it be due to a financial situation, a disability, or whatever it is, it's been able to hinder that person from being able to cruise in their life, to be able to go on a once in a lifetime cruise vacation. And the answer to your question, Lee, it is fresh, because I just made a fresh pot of coffee. So, we've had 6 recipients on cruises so far, and every one of them has me being the first, Scott and Amber the second. Let's see. No, I'm sorry. James and Cindy were the second, and then Scott and Amber the third. Roxanne was the fourth. And Dan was the fifth. And then we just had Miss Gabby. We just had Miss Gabby on the 6th. So I'm pinning the link on the YouTube side, or on the Facebook side as well, because I'm streaming off of both Facebook and YouTube at the same time. As most of you know, I have been on my very first cruise back in October 2022. It was October 15th through the 22nd, 23rd of 2022. It was on the Carnival Horizon, and I went to Aruba, Bonaire, Amber Cove, and La Ramona. Yeah, Aruba, Bonaire, Amber Cove, and La Ramona. And I had a very great time, especially when I went on my, especially when I saw the ocean for the very first time. I absolutely loved it. And like it's been said before, my eyes was like my eyes got really big, and I was like, wow, what have I missed in my 28, 29, 30 years of life? Because I'd never seen the ocean ever in my life. And it was just like, I was just amazed. So anyway, and I got to see my very first live flamingo. And I got to ride the golf carts in Bonaire, and I mean, I got to do things in my life that I never dreamed that I'd ever get to do. And I will say this: ever since my first cruise, I have definitely been hooked on cruising. I have been on 2 cruises. Hey, Mike and Tracy on the Facebook side. And my second cruise I went on, it was on the Carnival Sunshine. I went to Half Moon Cay and Nassau, Bahamas. And I absolutely had a great time. It was a 5-day cruise. I loved it. Enjoyed the beautiful view. I love the food and everything. So, like I've said before, I look at a cruise as a hotel on a boat, pretty much. And because you don't have to, you can eat, sleep, and relax. You don't have to worry about washing dishes, or you can just have time to yourself. I mean, and you don't have to worry about making up your bed or anything, because you got stewards that do that for you when you're on a cruise. So, and they clean your cabin. So, you know, and I and I would love to see other people. I would love to see other people that has never cruised before in their life to be able to go and enjoy those things that I got to enjoy. And the only way that somebody would be able to do that is if you all would be willing to consider donating. No amount is too big or too small. Like I said, it's a nonprofit organization. and it goes towards the recipient. And it doesn't, I mean, you can donate $5, $1, $50, um, ever what you feel like donating. And there's also, if you can't donate right now, you can also set up a quarterly payment plan or a yearly payment plan. So, hey, NDT show. Yeah, I know. It's going good. But I will say the third cruise I've been on, it was the Norwegian Encore. And I and that was my first time ever going on that cruise. And or on that cruise line. I'd never been on a Norwegian cruise. I will say this: it was a bigger ship than Carnival, and I got to go to Belize and Honduras, Harvest Caye, Belize, and Honduras. And I actually had gotten some, had gotten some chocolate. I'd ate one last night on my live last night. But this is, I think this is the one that has the coconut, I believe. And this is the cookies and cream one. But anyway, I will say that there was some of those places that some of those shops and stuff wasn't very handicap accessible. They were very narrow. So, but I I will say it has been a life-changing experience for me. And I know it's changed James and Cindy Catney's, Roxanne, Scott and Amber, and Dan, and also um, um, Miss Gabby. I had to think a minute. Sorry, um, but I would I would love to uh, be able to uh, see a lot more people, be able to go and enjoy a once in a lifetime cruise vacation, to get away from everyday life circumstances. Um, I I will say this: there is some uh, there is some qualifications that you have to meet to be a helping hands for cruising recipient. One is that you have to have never cruised before in your life. Um, and you uh, and you can't nominate yourself. You can't nominate a family member or anything like that. And you have to go on to the website, the hh4c.org website, and submit a 3 to 5 minute video as to why you think that person would be a good recipient. Um, and then if you want to host, there's also if you want to host a group cruise, there's also information on that website as well. It's hh4c.org. So, but I will say the very first cruise that I've ever went on, I actually, you know how I've said before in the past how I absolutely uh, did did not like avocado. I actually got to try some avocado, but it was mixed in with other things. So this was at the chef's table, and um, they Hello, Michael Ann.
Hello, Kenny. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. How about yourself?
Not too bad.
So, you, uh, so you want to explain, to, the people on ways that they can, donate to this?
Well, I see in your thing on Facebook, you in the comments you had there, you had the Zuppy link.
Yep. And I also have it pinned to the top of the chat
Yep,
on the YouTube side as well.
that's great. So you just have to go to that link. It's the easiest clicking right on there, and it will take you to the page, and you can choose to do a one-time donation. You can do a monthly donation, and now we can do a quarterly or a yearly donation.
Mm-hmm.
So if you'd like to donate, a substantial amount, but you can't really do it right now, you can do it. Break it down to monthly.
Yeah, break it down to monthly or, like she said, quarterly or even yearly.
Yeah. So you want to make $100 donation, but you don't have the 100 right now. Make four $25 payments quarterly. It's easy,
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
and every little bit helps to put someone like Kenny on a cruise.
Yep. Like me or Miss Gabby or um, uh, James and Cindy Catney's, Roxanne and Dan,
Scott and Amber.
Scott and Amber, and yeah, um, and it can definitely change a person's life for sure.
It can. I think it led to you having a lot more independence.
Yeah. Yep. I uh, I will say it. I'm definitely hooked on cruising for sure.
That's the worst thing about helping hands. Get you addicted.
Yeah, yeah,
Take you on a cruise, and then you say, "Well, I kind of like this." And my first cruise was your first cruise, and I'm like, "I kind of like this. I want to do it again. How soon can I do it?"
and the thing about it is that a year later, I booked my second cruise.
Yeah, so you were booking another cruise before I did. I've I've done three. I did your cruise. I did Roxanne's in 2024, and then I just did Dan's in 2025. Yeah, 2025. 2026 was at Gabby's.
Yeah,
That's since 2022. We've put six recipients, and we kind of group the couples as one recipient. So we got six recipients have cruised,
yeah,
and
yeah,
everybody deserved it. Like
yeah,
they needed it.
yeah. And ever since Scott and Amber had went on their cruise, they had booked another one for themselves and took the boys with them that time, I believe.
Yes, I haven't seen a lot of pictures. I've seen just a couple, but the boys seem to have enjoyed it too.
Mm-hmm. So, um, do you want to explain what the next big um, helping hands for cruising is in 2028?
I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
So in the fall of 2028, our plan is to do the Heroes Cruise. Now, the heroes we're looking at are veterans, disabled veterans, Gold Star families, first responders, police, fire, ambulance, paramedics, and even focusing, if we can, on those surviving responders from 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
We can reach out to some of those. And if you know any of those, you know, I just clicked on your Facebook thing to hear you explaining how to nominate somebody.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I.
You did a pretty good job. If you want to nominate somebody, you can't be yourself. You can't nominate your family member.
Nope.
And they can't have cruised before. Those are the big rules. There, go to the website, as Kenny said, and send a video. I'm the one that gets the videos, and I look them over, and then I take them to the board and say, "What do you think?" And sometimes they say, "Sounds good," and then I proceed to the next step. And sometimes they say, "Well, I think we need a little bit more information," so I go back to the person that nominated them, if possible, and get some more information.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I've had to go to the recipient themselves and say, "You've been nominated for possible cruise, but through Helping Hands for Cruising," and explain what that is. We just need a little bit more information, and I have a set of questions that I go through. I bring that back to board, and then they'll say, "Okay, let's proceed to the next step," and then I go talk to them some more, and I introduce them to the board, and get a hold of the host and the if there's a travel agent associated with that, I get a hold of them and I find out what information they need. I'm the liaison. I'm the liaison between them and the board, them and the travel agent. And then quite often the travel agent will connect with them as well. And then same with if somebody is doing a group cruise. If you're hosting a group cruise and would like to have a recipient on your group cruise, there's the same kind of procedure. Is go into the website, make a nomination. Now, if you have difficulty with that, you can email me, michaelann.liaison@helpinghandsforcruising.org, and I can help you there. And if you want to host, then you have to come to me with some information. I'm going to need to know what ship, what itinerary, what's your experience with hosting group cruises or being part of group cruises, because coming in cold and not knowing anything is going, "Okay, I want a recipient," and you've never done a group cruise before. It's kind of, do you know what you're getting into? Because we have some responsibilities you gotta.
Yeah, you definitely want to. If you're hosting a group cruise, you definitely want to make sure that recipient, whoever the recipient is well taken care of during that time of the cruise, and making sure that they're getting everything that they need and having fun and
Well, it's like okay, you were our first inaugural recipient. Well, we knew you had some disabilities, so we had with the host and the um, travel agent, we got to communicate that. Like, okay, Kenny's going to need to have an accessible room.
Mm-hmm.
We can't stick you in a little interior room. That wouldn't work for you.
All right. Right.
Same with anybody with a disability, or if somebody had a claustrophobia and they couldn't be in an interior room.
Mm-hmm.
But we've kind of set a precedence now that we want people to at least have a window in their room.
Yes.
If not a balcony. So,
Mm-hmm.
What's available, and we want to try to make something nice so that you're not feeling like you're closed in.
Right. And I believe that is Mike on. Is it Does that say cruise ship drone?
It was Cruise Nuts before that.
It was Cruise Nuts before that, and they also have another channel I think that's coming out. It's called Ham and Cheese Adventure. I believe.
Really?
Yeah.
People keep changing things around.
Yep. So anyway, hello, Mike and Tracy. So
I note to myself so I remember that.
yep.
Mike, says Danny.
But yeah, you definitely want to make sure that if you're hosting, you want to be able to accommodate the recipient as well.
Exactly. It's like we as the board have responsibilities, but the host has responsibilities too. I don't know if I have them accessible. I'm not going to give all this stuff, but it's just some things to think about.
Yep.
I have a whole binder of things that I have to.
Yep. So, but so what?
We want to know why you want to hold a group cruise.
Yeah.
What cruise are you doing? The cruise line, the ship, the departure, the dates, the itinerary. How are you going to ensure your recipient is going to have a special and memorable time? You understand the responsibilities as the host that you're going to have.
Yep.
You want to know how much they're aware or how much they know about helping hands. No, I need to print that. I looked that up the other day. I meant to print off their host responsibilities. But that's my book. I keep track of.
Yeah, because you don't want to be when you're hosting. You don't want to be out there. You don't want that recipient out there stranded. Like,
right, exactly. Like, oh, welcome aboard, and then you're on your own. Person's going to feel abandoned if you do that. So
yeah,
have activities, get them involved. This is their first time on a cruise. Introduce them to cruising. Like, what things what things do you want to make sure you try or do or go to or
yeah, get them involved in, like, if they like trivia, get them involved in trivia, or if they like comedy shows, get them involved in comedy shows and introduce them to comedy shows. The 80s party, the 70s, the dance parties.
all the deck parties, all the shows, like the playlist shows on Carnival that
Yeah.
the music and the dancing, and make them aware of what's available, that they don't have to spend money on. Like, yes, the buffet is free, but there's also the main dining room. There also could be other things. I'm going to say Carnival, for example, you got Guy's Burgers, you've got Blue Iguana Cantina.
Yeah.
There's the pasta place and there's the Asian food that are free at lunch. There's a charge at dinner, but lunchtime is free.
Right.
Like,
And
pizza.
Pizza. Used to, I don't know, can you still get pizza any time of the day you want, or do they stop at a certain time?
I'm not sure exactly, but I think they closed down for a few hours. I think, if I remember rightly, they started closing around midnight 1 and then opening her up around 4 or something like that. I haven't been on Carnival since
Yeah.
I was on the Breeze.
Because they used to, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, somebody had said that you could get pizza anytime you wanted. It used to be 24 hours a day.
It used to be, but I think they cut it back because you get a lull in there and give them time to clean up things and prepare
Yeah.
for the next thing. And well, I was on the Breeze when Roxanne's. I know it was about midnight. B and I got a pizza.
Ah.
We had to wait for the gluten-free pizza. Now I was looking forward to it because I forgot to go on Horizon to get a pizza the whole time. So I was looking forward to it. It wasn't my favorite pizza that I've ever had, but it was good late night snack. And I know on the Breeze when we were on for Roxanne's, they had a little bit of a late night buffet. They didn't on the Horizon that I know of, but they had like some limited things like fries and chicken fingers and some hot dogs and I forget what else. A few snacky things.
Yeah. But yeah, I will say this: you will never go hungry on a cruise ship.
There's always something to eat, and like when we were on the Encore, the local was open almost the 24 hours. They closed down for a few hours, kind of somewhere between midnight and 4ish. But then there was a lot more selection there, and it was really good. I had wings a couple times, and I had pretzel bites the once. What else did I have? I had a Cuban thing. The only thing I didn't, it was like rice and beans and something else, and then they had a couple plantains that they kind of cooked up or something. But mine were so dark they kind of looked like, pardon me, a couple turds on the plate. That was kind of a turn off there. But and one night I had gone to the local and I was like, I really would just like some French fries. Can I get just French fries? And he brought me out a bowl of French fries. So there was no going hungry on any of the ships I've been on.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And and there's no lack of food for, the stuff that's included. There's always something to try. Now, if you want to spend the money or you are fortunate enough to have on NCL the free at sea or more at sea, I forget what it is now. They went back and forth. You get so many specialty dinings and on the NCL, the teppanyaki was really good.
Yep. Really, let's see. What was it? I'm trying to remember what that food was that I had gotten on NCL that I hadn't had before. And it was with you and Crystal.
In the main dining room?
I think so.
I'm trying to think because I barely remember what I had. I had to take pictures to remember what I
had. Yeah.
That's the exciting thing about going on the cruise is like it's all included. The food's all included. Well, unless you're doing specialty. Try new things.
Yeah. Try new. Don't be afraid to try new foods, new things that you've never done before. because you never know. You might try something and might want it again or something, you know.
Well, I know on yours on the Horizon they had a real great wide range of things to try. Wild boar slider. Wild boar? Okay, sure, I'll try it. Alligator beignet.
Yeah.
Sure, not.
Yeah.
I tried a couple cold soups. One was like peach ginger, and the other one was, or was it peach mango? There was two different ones. They were both a fruity based thing. I tried French onion soup because I have yet to find. I was yet to find French onion soup that I liked.
Mm-hmm.
I finally found one on the Encore.
Mm-hmm.
French onion soup was good there. You tried escargot.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, I know you're saying. Have all you
You can have it. I've tried it before. You can have all the escargot. But another thing I've been
yeah, I was trying to see if anybody donated.
just gotta click that link at the top or the one in the description. It'll take you right to Zeffy. You get an instant tax-free receipt that you can use for your income taxes. Tax-free receipt, an income tax receipt that you can use for your income tax. If you have a place you work for, if they have Benevity, they will match your donations.
Right.
You take your receipt in there and show them you donated. They'll match your donations if you have Benevity. That helps. That helps us too.
Like I said, how's my dad doing? He's hanging in there. He's had a couple of setbacks in his health. I really truly wish that his health would allow him to be able to go. I know I can't nominate him, but somebody else could. But I really truly wish that his health would allow him to be able to go on this Heroes Cruise. Yeah, because he very well deserves it because he's been in the military. So he was U.S. Army.
He went through a lot.
Yeah, and he's been exposed to Agent Orange in Vietnam, and so yeah. But
I mean, he's no spring chicken either.
No.
That's the hard part.
Yeah, he's had a couple of setbacks, but hopefully they gave him some medicine. His potassium has been high, is what's been going on, and it's been like 5.7. And somebody asked me the other day if I knew what the normal range was, and I said, somebody told me it was, I think, supposed to be somewhere between 3 point something to 4 point something. And I asked one of the nurse staff members there at the Greens, and they said some people would tell you as long as it don't go above 5. It can go up to 5, but no more than 5. So,
Danny says she loved it when he was singing on Kicking It Country.
Yeah. But But please, please, please donate to this great organization, nonprofit organization. So we can get more people. I think the goal is to get is it one recipient per month?
Oh, that there was dreams of that. Who was that? I think it was Josh's dream at one time. Moonlight Adventures. We'd like to put several recipients on the Heroes Cruise, and
Mm-hmm.
and depending on circumstances, it can be $4,000 to $5,000 to put, um, because we got the cruise fare that we have to pay.
Mm-hmm.
We pay their their travel insurance,
Mm-hmm.
the basic travel insurance for the cruise insurance. If you want
Mm-hmm.
something over and above that, you would need to purchase yourself. But we purchase the basic cruise travel insurance. You get your transportation to the port, the cruise port, and home. Whether we have to fly you there, or sometimes we provide gas and parking if a person's close enough to drive. Um, what else? We do a hotel the night before and
Mm-hmm.
the night after the cruise if they need it. A lot of people that have flown home the day they get off the ship, but if they need it, we'll provide a second night's accommodation. We give the recipient a set amount of spending money that they can for onboard credit that they can spend on souvenirs. They can spend it on a specialty dining. They can on spend it on Wi-Fi if they want, because the basic stuff on the ships isn't great, but it's their choice what they spend it on.
Right.
Now, if they're going to want to spend money off the ship, they should save up some money to.
Yeah, if they're gonna want to spend extra money on other things like
Chocolate bars,
whatever
rum, rum
they
cake,
yeah
magnets.
they will want to try to save up some money for that. Um, but yeah, it's a great experience for sure, and I, I just can't. There's so many words. It's um,
Well, the look on a recipient's face when I didn't see your face when you stepped on the ship. I don't know where I was at that time. You could see it when you stepped on the ship, but I got to see Roxanne and Dan's. The eyes get as big as saucers. They're looking up at this. Holy crap! This ship is big, and they walk in and you get the big atrium, and they're like, "Whoa!"
and like I said, it can be $1. I mean, every dollar adds up, and
If I get 100 people donating $1, that's $100.
yeah, 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 and
Give up your Dunkin' Donuts coffee or your Starbucks coffee or
yeah.
your drive-through meal or whatever for one just the once and donate that much.
Yeah. And like we said, if you can't donate now, you can set it up to where you can donate monthly, or you can donate quarterly, or even yearly. So,
And you don't have to wait for a CruiseAthon or Spring Fling or Dreams in Motion, whatever happens to be called at the time. You can go to the website at helpinghandsforcruising.org
Yeah.
And there's a spot there where it'll take you where you can donate, and you can do it anytime during the year, or time
Yeah.
of the year or night.
Yep.
Much as we like to raise a big amount on a CruiseAthon, all those donations through the year help us out. And we've got 2 years till the Heroes Cruise, but we'd like to put several deserving recipients on that cruise.
Right. Especially for the ones that has fought for our freedoms that we have today, and our country and stuff. So
What did I read the other night? In Canada, this is 2021 census, so it's changed. Canada, there's roughly 461,240 veterans.
Mm-hmm.
U.S. population, about 18.5 million veterans.
Mm-hmm.
And of that, 14.8 million of them are disabled, and only about 5.4 million receive service connected through benefits. And that's not counting all the people that have PTSD, whether they're veterans or first responders, because we know first responders, the police, fire, ambulance,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to accidents, they're going to deaths one way or another, and they see horrific things. Just like the veterans have seen in war, they're seeing horrific things, and that does something to your mind. So take them out on the water, on a ship where it's calm and soothing. Just get them away from reality of day-to-day life for a week and let them relax. Or let them party if they want to party it up and not worry about what's going on for 7 days.
I think I'm gonna do a taste test on this. I think this is the one with the coconut, I believe.
That one was from Honduras.
I do. Yep, Honduras. Yeah.
Looks similar to this box.
Yep, similar to that box.
This one had mint, but this one's been long gone. I just kept the box.
Yeah.
I wish I'd bought more, but had $8 a pop. It was like, I think a couple chocolate bars are plenty.
Yeah. Yep, this is the one that Crystal had last night. It had the coconut. Yeah.
The one thing I liked about that place and the one in Belize, they had little containers of each one, and you could have a free taste to decide which one you wanted. It wasn't like you're blindly going, oh, I'll take a coconut, a chili, a chocolate mint, a milk chocolate. You could actually have a little taste and decide whether you liked it or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this has got the coconut one.
I didn't taste that one, so we'll see what Kenny thinks.
Try to break it off. Taste test, here we go, guys.
Hello, Moon over Miami.
Hello, Moon over Miami. Really good.
Scale of 1 to 10?
Definitely 10. And definitely will make your tongue slap your brain good.
I think everything makes your tongue slap your brain, Kenny, except for mayo, avocado, ranch dressing was the other one, wasn't it?
And sour cream.
Sour cream. Funny. I was just talking to Roxanne before that. I don't know how the conversation came up about foods and stuff. She said something about Kenny trying something. I said, well, I know he likes pretty much anything except for avocado, ranch,
Yeah.
sour cream, mayo.
Can you send the link to Roxanne and see if she wants to come up? She's more than welcome to.
She's at a convention.
Is she?
Yeah, because I sent her and I haven't sent the link yet, have I? Crap, I gotta do that. I said I invited her to the one I'm doing at 5:00, and she said she was going to be in a session at I don't know what kind of convention it is at 5:00, but she tried to pop up near the end if she could. I said that's okay. Didn't she gave up last night on my live, so yeah, she got to chat to her last night. So if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, but there hopefully be 2 recipients that they'll be able to talk to online. I know Kenny's going to be going out at that time.
Yeah, I'm gonna be actually going to church, so. And I usually on Saturdays I don't usually get back until about 8:30 on Saturdays. So.
Well, I thought about doing it earlier, but I was asking Dan. I'm thinking, well, Dan's on the West Coast. He's like 3 hours behind, so I didn't want to do.
Dan is it's just 1:00 or 1:13 where he's at, right?
It could be 12:13 if I remember right. If he's 3 hours.
Oh yeah, that's okay. Yeah, 12:13. Yeah.
Try to figure out all these time zones. Like, okay, this recipient's in this time zone, and this one's in that time zone, and I think a lot of the other ones are in Eastern, but.
So okay, so what has been your best experiences that you've ever had since you've been on cruises?
My best experience. Well, I would say my first cruise. Not just seeing you on your first cruise, but actually get on the ship myself and going, wow, this is really cool. There's so many things to see and do. You can't be bored. If you're sitting in your room bored, and that's your fault because there's not a lack of things to do. Even just walking around the ship, there's stuff I've been on the Carnival Horizon, I've been on the Carnival Breeze and the Norwegian Encore, and I still didn't get to see everything on the ship after a whole week. I love being near water. So on the cruise ship, you're looking out and there's water all around you. I find it very soothing around water. So it's very calm and relaxing. And when I was asked to join the board and be able to help out, making that dream possible for other people, it's like, sure. Especially being the host recipient liaison, I'm the first contact that they have with the board, and getting to tell them, well, you were nominated by so-and-so to receive a cruise. And people are looking at me like, what? This has got to be some kind of scam. I was like, no, this is a real thing. And the cruise you've been nominated for is this, going here. Then you got to say, if they're working, are you able to take time off? Because usually we give you a year or so in advance warning. That's kind of, you have to be able to take time off and make sure that they don't have any obligations at home, that whether they're a caregiver for somebody, but they deserve to have a cruise as well, or that they, if they got pets, they got to they got to figure out boarding for the pets or getting a pet sitter. We don't cover that, and or if it's a person, if they have a spouse or they need a caregiver to come with them, we'll cover that. Unfortunately, other than the exception with Gabby, we don't pay for the whole family to go. We'll pay for you and a caregiver or your partner, your spouse.
Mm-hmm. Now, what about, say, the recipient has a service dog? Are they allowed to have those?
No, there was a service dog on your first cruise.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
As far as I know, most cruise lines will allow a service dog, but there are stipulations and rules and stuff that have to be followed for the cruise line.
mm-hmm.
But your pets, food, and all and those needs, that's your responsibility.
Mm.
But I know we had one of our participants that came along. Deb had her seeing eye dog.
Yeah.
I, I,
Scott.
I think it was Gleneth or something like that was the dog's name. Hey Scott was her seeing eye dog, and you wouldn't even know that dog was around. No, she sat down. It sat down. Sail away. I got video of Deb dancing, and the dog's laying right at her feet, right beside her feet. Not in the way, but how are we doing? We're doing okay. But we don't,
I see.
I know, and I know there's some cruise lines out there. I think it's Royal that actually have the dog. They have a dog on the ship, like a ship dog. That's on the big.
It says that we're at 2:05 right now.
On yours?
Yep. On the Zephy link.
Let me find your Zephy link, and I can make sure I'm looking at yours and not mine.
Because I was looking at it through my YouTube site.
Yeah, it says 2:05, but two of those are from 3 months ago. You got 120 so far this weekend.
120 so far this weekend.
I believe. Let me just. Yeah, 3 of those are from January, and then you have 120 between last night and today.
Okay.
I had to look at mine too because I had 15 from January, and I had 100 last night. That's good. Every little bit helps.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and it all adds up.
I gotta get back here. There's your StreamYard. I've got mine already up, so I can click over there when I need to. This.
Yeah, yeah. Come on up, Scott. You're more than welcome to do so. What has been your most favorite thing that you've ever done on a cruise since you've been on?
Well, on the first one, I liked the golf cart thing that we went on.
That was fun.
8 of us exploring Bonaire.
Mm-hmm.
There's some interesting experiences along there, but I love that you could take it at your own pace.
Right.
We were there for a good part of the day, and we went out
Mhm.
early. So I think we were back to the ship around lunchtime.
Right.
And you were never more than 40 minutes away from the ship. And most of the times we could look across and go, oh, there it is.
Mhm.
And then, seeing the flamingos and the donkeys and
Right.
the slave huts and the old lighthouse keeper's house. And there was the one spot by the salt elevator with the old warehouse there, remnants of that. With beautiful blue water on the one side, and the other side it was a lot darker, but that was also windier too. So I think it was coming off the from the east probably.
Right.
That was Bonaire. Aruba, we just kind of wandered around. The same with the other ports. On the breeze, we went to a beach club. It was okay. It was a different experience. And then the other port, um, Roxanne and I just took the bus into town and looked around and then took the bus back. On the Encore, I think the best part on that one was um, Dan and Crystal and Roxanne and I got on their public bus, which is like both sides of a minivan. What took it down to 7 Mile Beach and just hung out at the beach for a while, and then we came back and Dan went back to the ship and we just kind of shopped around a bit, and then we went back to the ship. And just on the Encore, a lot of times if I didn't wasn't something I wanted to do or we weren't busy with something, you'd find me in the observation lounge just chilling.
Mm.
It was nice just to sit in there and you could look out and see water for miles. And met lots of lovely people too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my most memorable experience on the Encore was meeting Jay from the Ship Life.
Meeting Jay from the ship life.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that because you introduced me to him. Um,
That's a significant channel, over 300 and something thousand. It was 338,000 when he was on the Encore. It's got bigger since then. I just got a chance to talk to him, and he showed some interest. He said he would like to talk more, but we just haven't had a chance to collaborate with him. But he thought it was a great organization what we were doing. So we'll see if anything transpires from there.
yeah, I mean,
That's who I was asking you about breakdancing in the social club when you were videoing all these people. That was who was breakdancing. He worked for NCL doing that before,
oh, oh, okay.
and
Um,
he just did a guest contract on MSC Grandiosa
oh, okay.
for a couple weeks, teaching breakdancing and doing little breakdancing stints.
Yeah. I think Lee is saying hello to you.
Hello, Lee.
Um, but yeah, like I've said before, uh, I still feel that if it hadn't been for this organization, Helping Hands for Cruising, I still don't believe that today I would have never been able to go on my very first cruise. So, and I'm very thankful for this organization to make that happen, to be able to go on.
You've done a lot since then. Like it showed you some independence because you've been to Oregon since then.
Mm-hmm.
You've been on what, your third cruise?
I've been, I've been. The NCL Encore was my third cruise. Yeah,
You flew up and went to a meetup in Michigan.
Michigan. Yep.
You've been to Helen, Georgia a few times.
Yeah, Pelham, Georgia.
So you,
This, as a matter of fact, this was the very first year that I've ever missed that meetup, but there were some circumstances.
I understand. I haven't got there yet. Hopefully one day it's on my travel bucket list, right? The bottom square there says Helen, Georgia meetup. So it's on my list. There's a lot of things there that I
Yeah,
gotta
it's built. Yeah, Helen, Georgia is built like a German town, and they've got like all kinds of German restaurants and stores, and you know, you can try all kinds of different
well, you
different things.
should have taken you to Frankenmuth when we were in Michigan.
Yeah.
Frankenmuth has a great big Christmas store, but it also is like a little German village too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hope so too, Danny. I wonder if you could ever. I wonder if you could ever take a cruise out of Germany, out of the country of Germany.
Well, I know I've heard of like river cruises over in where is Germany? It's hard to see up on my map way up there. There might be. Excuse me. I'm just gonna pause my camera for a minute. I don't need to look at my butt while I'm standing up.
Alrighty.
There might be because like on the top of Germany, there's water up Denmark and up towards Norway and all Sweden and all that. I don't know if there's anything up there.
Yeah.
There might be.
Likewise, Danny.
Me too, Danny. I want to meet you too. I've met Kenny several times.
Yeah. Yeah.
We took him on a couple Canadian road trips too.
Yep.
He's been to Toronto. He's been to Niagara Falls.
Yep, on the Canadian side. Now, I haven't been to the Niagara Falls on the U.S. side.
Yes, I've met you on Zoom, Danny. I met her on Zoom when we presented her with the Papamozo Award.
Ah.
I had to be sneaky on that one. I had to make the arrangements with her mom. we kind of told a couple little fibs to get her to come on, but we got to present her to her via Zoom, and then we sent the certificate.
Okay.
But I would like to meet her in person.
Yeah, I would too. But yeah, I love to. If that was even possible, I'd love to be able to take a cruise out of Germany.
Hopefully meet Scott in May. He's coming to North Carolina. So there's a guy over there in North Kakalaki.
Yeah. Yep. I'm not far. I'm only about maybe 20, 25 minutes from my dad, so not very far from my dad, so.
Haven't been to North Carolina. I've been through Tennessee. That was 30 something years ago. But
Yeah.
family I was a nanny for took a vacation in Daytona Beach. So we drove down from here to. So I got to go through Ohio. Where's the
I actually have gotten fresh coffee today. Yeah. Because I just made a fresh pot not too long ago, just before I went live.
right? Microwave crap.
um, so, out of all the cruises that you have went on, Michael Ann, what has been your favorite foods that you've ever tried on them?
Well, one has to be the Carnival melting cake with a side of peanut butter, of course. And
I remember trying that.
surprisingly, like I used to work for an East Indian doctor, and I tried a couple of things. They made samosas. I loved the samosas. Tried another couple of things. Really wasn't a fan, so I just kind of thought, well, I don't like East Indian food. I don't like it. But on the Encore, they had that one section of the buffet that was totally Indian food, and I went, you know what? I'm going to try it. And I actually really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping to experience more of that. I looked around from the restaurants here, like the one place only had like by the platter, and I don't want to pay $16 to have a great big platter of it. I want just a small thing of it.
Right. But yeah, I mean, like, there's just so many foods to try on a cruise.
Well, and I love the teppanyaki on Encore. The dinner and a show together, but it was good food, and there was so much of it I couldn't finish my food.
Yeah, true to that. I mean, of course, Michael Ann and others have seen the way I put away food, so.
This nickname you Hoover. Look it up.
And they look at me like, where did you put all that?
And making him laugh was always fun. And I'm not just talking the spicy sausage incident.
Yeah.
There was also the jerk pork incident in the dining room on the horizon. You were across the table. You were across the table, and Amy and Danny were sitting behind you. And there was something about jerk pork, and you were talking about frog's legs, and you were giggling over there and coughing and giggling. And I still like to know what I said on the Encore that got you. I got you laughing on video. The way you said it, Michael, and what did I say? I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't even remember now either, but it was absolutely hysterical.
Not a lot of laughs.
It's never a dull moment around.
Not with Kenny. But your experience the first time seeing the ocean when we were on Bon Air,
Mm-hmm.
and Donovan explaining all that.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool to be on the other side when we brought you to the aquarium in Toronto, and you got to see all those things that were under the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
That was a cool experience. Not related to cruise. Well, it kind of related to back to your first cruise.
Yeah.
Because when Donovan talked about the stuff under the ocean, here was in the aquarium, and you could see all the octopus and all the different fish and
Yeah.
stingrays and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And also too, uh, if you're a type of person like myself that doesn't do alcoholic drinks, you can get different virgin drinks. And what I mean by virgin drinks, it means that there's no alcohol in them. Like you can get pina colada, uh, Shirley Temple, strawberry daiquiri.
Pretty much anything you could get a virgin form of, because
Yeah,
all the slushy ones, they put the alcohol in and then put the slushy stuff in. So just don't put the alcohol in.
yeah, that's yeah, and
I've just been watching a video of one of the channels I follow, and this couple actually lives in Florida, but their sister-in-law and niece and nephews came, and they were on the Icon on spring break, and they don't drink at all, but they were all enjoying the virgin pina coladas, all of them.
it is very tasty. It'll definitely make your tongue slap your brain good.
Well, get back on NCL. You have to try the mango meltdown, but see if it's available without the alcohol in it, because that was really tasty. It was a mango and strawberry, a little bit of strawberry and a lot of mango, and it was really tasty. So I liked the Miami Vice that I tried on Carnival that had the strawberry daiquiri and the pina colada together.
Uh-huh.
That had been my favorite until I tried the mango meltdown on NCL. That's my new favorite. That and, well, the other one is espresso martini, but I don't know if they can do a espresso martini without it tastes like coffee, but I don't think they could do it without the alcohol, because it's kind of a mixture of alcohols, Kahlua and all that. They might be able to.
I would try it if I can get it without the alcohol in it. I'll try just about anything at least once before I say no. Huh.
Virgin. 2 ounces fresh brewed coffee and cooled espresso, vanilla simple syrup, and cream or coconut cream instead of the Kahlua and all that in it. Yeah. Whether they will do it or not, but there are recipes for it, because the espresso just tasted like kind of like coffee. I'm not a coffee fan, but I drink like the ice caps. You've tried an ice cap here at Tim Hortons.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
I like the ice caps, and I like
that was really good. And I'm not usually a big fan of like frozen coffee, like cold coffee.
You drank a big one though.
But that was actually really good.
So it's like I said, I'm not a fan of coffee other than like the Tim Hortons ice caps or a French vanilla cappuccino, but espresso martini, that coffee flavor, I don't mind. It wasn't bitter tasting. It was very creamy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was really good, and I got the what was it? What else was those smile cookies?
Yes, Tim Hortons. Yep. You came up when the smile cookies were on. They only could go on a few times a year, but
Yeah.
they gave you extra things up at the when we went through the drive-through. Of course, me and Steve were saying, "Oh, he's really visiting here from down Tennessee way, and
Mm-hmm.
never tried this. Oh, here, try this." I think we had Timbits too, right? Little donut holes.
Yes, I do believe, and I did get to try some poutine.
The poutine that you tried at Albert's wasn't an authentic poutine though,
Okay.
because they shredded the cheese in there. Real poutine has cheese curds, but it was very similar.
Yeah.
You got to go where I call or refer to as bridge fries from Albert's.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So you know where I mean by bridge fries. You've been up by the bridge.
Hey, Lee says, Kenny, you can eat deviled eggs till the cows come home. Yeah, I can do that too.
Stay away from me if you've eaten too many deviled eggs. You know what it does to some people. Too many eggs.
And I will say it does do it to me.
It'd do more than blow up the toilet. But if it wasn't for Helping Hands for Cruising, I probably wouldn't have met Kenny because they got into that group of people talking through some other friends, and all of a sudden come kind of full circle because I was following different other communities on YouTube.
Yeah.
So it was through Helping Hands that I got involved with the cruising community.
So, what, since being a board member, what has been some of your best experiences through this organization itself, through this nonprofit organization itself?
I'd say a lot of through the people I've met and the ability to put recipients on cruises, like meeting people that wouldn't have thought that they would ever go on a cruise. Being able to reach out to them, go, "Hi, I'm Mike Lynn. I'm Helping Hands for Cruising, host recipient liaison. You've been nominated, and the board has approved for you to go on a cruise." And going from there, and just the stunned look on their faces, I'm going, "What, really?"
Mm-hmm.
And then the ones that I've had the opportunity to actually be on the cruise with, like you, well, I wasn't on board when you were, but I think the first recipient I got to go with was Roxanne.
Mm.
I think she was the first one. There's some people I've been on through the vetting process with, and those people that have declined, or some people due to health things that came up, they weren't able to go.
Mm-hmm.
But Roxanne, talking to Gabby's family, talking to Dan in the last 3 years. I wasn't part of the vetting process for yours or Scott and Amber and James and Cindy. I wasn't part of that. I came on the board the month after they went on their cruise.
Ah, okay.
They were on in March 2023, and I joined the board April 2nd, 2023. So not even a month.
Uh,
But
yeah.
it's been an experience, and I enjoy having that opportunity and sharing what Helping Hands for Cruising is all about. And you know, we don't like to go out and ask for money, but we're working on it. We're looking for sponsors. If people know anybody that's with a business that would sponsor us or sponsor a recipient on a cruise,
Yeah.
reach out to us. Or if you have part of a company you work for does Benevity and you make a donation, they're going to match that donation.
Right.
100% of what we raise goes to paying for the cruise. None of us are taking a salary. None of us goes to spending on the board. It goes to the recipients, goes to the cruise. Just so we're not paying for any of the expenditures of the board through donations.
Right.
What's been your favorite ship, Kenny? Or your
Uh,
favorite experience?
I would say probably the NCL, Norwegian Encore. So, because it's actually a lot bigger than the Carnival.
It was bigger.
I think it had like what 18 or 19 decks.
I believe it's 20. Tune in next Thursday and find out. I'm doing a thing on size matter or something like that.
Okay.
My notes somewhere. I'm looking at my notes are somewhere over here, but I don't know. The um, Horizon was because boats are measured in gross tonnage, and the Horizon was 134 gross tonnage. And I believe Norwegian Encore. I think don't quote me because I don't have my notes in front of me. I think it was like 189 gross ton
Mm.
and 20 decks opposed to 17 or something in the Encore.
Yep. I know there was one restaurant on there on the Norwegian Encore that I was going to try, but they were closed. They were only open. I think it was the American Diner, I believe.
Yeah, we went on. Crystal and Dan and I went on the very last day for lunch. I think it was because it was something that they were. I think we were just open over lunch from like 11 till 3 or something like that, which is silly. They would be busy for dinner too if they were open that late. But I think it was just over lunch that they were open.
Uh,
It was pretty good. Stan got a milkshake. Milkshake you had to pay for it. It was like a $7 milkshake in one of those glasses that
yeah.
kind of starts small and comes out like a parfait glass. It had sprinkles and all kinds of stuff on it. I had nachos and I had some pulled pork sliders, and I had like a chocolate mousse dessert.
Oh, another thing I had found out from the last from this last cruise that I went on, which was the Norwegian Encore. Make sure, like, if you're if you need assistance or something like that, make sure that you and you bring your equipment with you, your own equipment. Make sure that you have somebody else with you, because the cruise line members of uh, what's the people I'm trying to think of? Michael.
If you like you say you're in a wheelchair, that they won't touch the wheelchair. You have to have somebody.
Yeah, they won't touch. They're not allowed to touch your personal, like your personal wheelchair or walker, or
That yeah, you have to have somebody.
you have to have somebody.
Which is kind of weird because well, I could get it over responsibility and people. Oh, you broke this on me or whatever. That
Yeah.
But if a disabled couple comes onto a cruise ship, how are they going to get all their stuff on if they don't have somebody to
Yeah. But because that was my experience, I had my own personal wheelchair, and they told me, because I was going to go for wheelchair assistance, they told me because I was in my own person. Now, if I get one of the cruise line's wheelchairs, then the crew member can actually help that person. But if you got your own, they're not allowed to. They're not allowed to touch it or even help you if you got your own personal wheelchair. So
Interesting. Good to know.
yeah, because that's what now I don't know. Now I don't know if I don't know personally if that's for all cruise lines or if it's just certain ones.
That was on NCL.
But that was on NCL.
Well, so it's good to know because I don't know with our future recipients for the Heroes Cruise if we get a disabled veteran or something. Good to know that we can look into that and make sure they have somebody who's able to, whether it be in the group or the host or whatever. This person's going to need some assistance getting on board.
Yeah, because they're. Yeah, I just thought I'd bring that up because at least that's been my experience.
Another note to put down. To my note, my
Yeah. So thankfully, I had some of my YouTube friends. I think it was Ross from Orange Cone Log. That helped me wheel back and forth to get on the.
That's good.
Yeah.
There was enough of us there.
Yeah.
That could, we knew. I only had a backpack on. There were several of us only had a backpack on. I could have wheeled you along.
Yeah. I mean.
Now, I guess because the only other experience I had was I didn't see you coming on the horizon. When I was on the Breeze, pretty sure Gary had rented one of their scooters to take on. Yeah. So he just wheeled himself on.
Yeah.
It's the only experience I've had with traveling with disabilities.
now that I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure they would probably tell me that the mobility scooter that I have is probably going to be too big.
Yeah,
uh,
it has to be able to fit through the door. That's
um,
the cabin doors.
yeah.
So that would be a thing to look into in the future.
Well, see, I don't even think I'd be able to even take that on an airline plane. Plane.
It would probably be like an electric wheelchair. They would have to put it under, and then you risk getting damaged.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Because I know it's like the big electric wheelchairs. They'll move people into a transfer chair to get them into the plane and into their seat, and then they'll put it in the hold with the other luggage.
I wonder. I really wonder how they. I really wonder how they put an electric wheelchair under a plane, because it looks like that it would be.
I'd be afraid to want to know. Just the way I've seen them treat luggage sometimes. Usually on videos, I've seen that. I've seen them load luggage on a couple planes when I've been traveling, and I think I've seen one or two suitcases that got tossed on the conveyor belt going in, and that kind of, oops, well, but it only fell a few feet. It wasn't like one of these ones putting it in up here and the fell down 6 or 8 feet.
Mhm.
I got a new big suitcase given to me, but I don't know if I'm going to use it. That's a cruise.
Hmm.
It only has the 2 wheels on. I was hoping to get one for 4. I got a new small carry-on that's got the 4 wheels. We'll see.
Yeah.
I got
Somebody was telling me, said that I could, if I really, which I really do like that mobility scooter that I have, that I could get one that is a lot smaller, that's foldable, and you can.
yeah. And then being the recipient liaison, that's things I kind of need to know with recipients. If they have special abilities that are paid, we're going to need a special accessible room. We're going to need,
Yeah.
do they have a wheelchair or whatever that's going to fit through the cabin door? If not, we're going to have to look into renting a scooter, or
Yep.
does a person have, does they have a CPAP machine? The thing
Yeah.
is, to bring the water, you have to bring your CPAP with you. To carry it on, not check it, but you can get the cruise lines will provide you with water, and quite often they'll provide you with a extension cord to plug it in too if there's one at the
Yep.
bedside. Like all these little details, and I don't like to pry, but I've learned in the process the last little bit that okay, these are other questions I need to ask. Do they have special diets?
Right. Because you don't want somebody to get sick on that cruise if they're allergic to something.
Right. Well, quite often they can do that while they're checking in, but to know ahead of time, that's something you can also make sure that you're conveying with the travel agent. Okay.
Right. And also, please, 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 please make sure you get a passport. um, because if something happens that you, uh, like you get off the ship and if you're on port or something, and something happens, then you're gonna have that passport to be able to
Yep.
be able to fly back home.
That's why we make it a require. That's one require that we strictly stick to with Helping Hands is that they have to have a passport that is good for 6 months beyond the end date of the cruise.
Yeah.
Because whatever reasons it be, if for medical reasons a person has to disembark, or they're gone into the port and you've gone into Cozumel and you've had a few too many and you don't make it back to the ship on time and it's gone. You need to have that passport to fly home. I know the cruise lines will say, oh, you only need a driver's license and a birth certificate for things, but yeah, even a lot of the cruise channels they recommend is like, have a passport. You never know what's going to happen, and it's a lot more of a hassle to go to the Canadian or the U.S. Embassy, and if they have one in that port, to get help to get back. Well, you're not going to get back to the cruise. You're going to be meeting up with it in Miami or Port Canaveral or Galveston or wherever you sail. Right. It's just one less complication.
Yep. And also, like it was said last night on my live, please also make sure you get travel insurance. Because if something happens,
the money you had to worry about was a lot. And if somebody's medevaced off by helicopter off the ship, tens of thousands.
Yep. So make sure that you get, and like it was said last night on my live, don't just hop on the first thing.
The cheapest. I'm gonna grab this insurance.
Yeah, look into different ones.
Or ones they're going to pay reimburse instantly or pay instantly, not. Yeah, you pay first and then we'll pay you back. How are you going to get money out of me if I don't have emptying credit cards or thousands in the bank?
Yep.
Spur them on.
Or make sure, or make sure you get travel insurance that covers everything. Like if you, I don't know if they've got one out there that covers for like for when you're in the infirmary or not. But
I don't know, but I'm definitely looking into it.
I know the next time I travel, I'm going to look into it myself.
I think on NCL, I just had whatever the cruise ship one was. I'm trying to think. I don't know about the Horizon. I think for the Breeze, I went to, might have done it for the Horizon too. I went to CAA, which is this equivalent of AAA in the States, and I got their travel insurance. But I got basically the medical, but I should have also got the trip cancellation and all that. I just kind of took the risk. But I'll definitely be looking more into the details. If my past travel documents, if I still got the thing or not to look into. But I will definitely be checking that out before I go.
Yeah.
know, no, for yeah, because we on Norwegian, I just had it for the cruise itself, but I was over in the States 2 days before that, so it was like, anything happens to me, Crystal, you're driving me back across the border. I'm not going to. I'm not going to the hospital here. You can drive me back across the border and go to the hospital in Canada, where I have my health card that covers everything.
And but yeah, because those are very important things that you. It's a must-have for when you're traveling.
Like for helping hands for our recipients, we do provide the travel insurance that's with the cruise line.
Right.
But if you need something beyond that, then that's an extra you're going to have to take care of.
Right.
Like those things with I'd have to look at the details more, whether it's things with pre-existing conditions or
Right.
but everything covered by that. I just this last one is like, okay, yeah, I'll take that one because it was a decent price, but yeah, I'll definitely be budgeting to have travel insurance next time.
Yeah, I'm gonna uh, uh, next time I'm gonna look into different options for travel insurance next time I travel. So
I know people were talking about. I think it was Alliance on on your live last night.
yeah,
I've heard that one a lot from a lot of people. I don't know what there's something to ask the bigger channels in one of their chats is like, you know,
yeah,
what they do.
yeah,
But I know Alliance, you can either take it out just for the cruise or you can take it out by the year as well. Which is if you travel more than once, probably worth it because I don't think it was a huge amount.
yeah. I think you can get you. Did you say you can get yearly travel insurance?
I think you can take. I think if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me. For Alliance, you can take it out um, like a year at a time.
A
For
year.
somebody that travels frequently, like if you're going on 2 or 3 cruises a year, or you're traveling for
Mm,
another, like it'd be a handy thing to have.
yeah.
But
But if you don't travel much, then you might want to just stick with just taking it out uh,
just by trip,
by trip. Yeah, I would say since he travels to Germany quite a bit, 2 or 3 times a year, I'd say he probably takes it out by the year.
could be. Well, some people have it through their jobs, or I don't know if there's any kind of veterans.
Now I have been told and learned that if you're a like for my dad example, and me being his next to kin, uh, there is a bank called USAA that's only for military people that's been in the military and family members that's related to that person uh, that's been in the military. You can get travel insurance through them, and uh, and also I found out also I can actually I can actually book. I could actually book a cruise actually through them. Actually, it's like $50 a day, so you could go on a like 7-day cruise for like $350.
Wow.
That's pretty. That's pretty cheap, but reasonable. Cheaper than you can. Cheaper than you can through the actual cruise line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I can book hotels and things like that. So and what's good about that bank is that I can still, as long as I stay with it and stick with it and don't leave it, I can still continue using it. Even if something happens to my dad, I can still continue using it.
That's good to know.
Yeah. So yeah.
And with the travel thing within travel insurance would be something to look in there. What does theirs cover?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it doesn't hurt having, okay, I have it through this one and have it through that as well. Because one will kick in after the other one pays their part or whatever.
Yeah.
Because like I've never had like a travel insurance or health insurance or whatever, aside
Yeah.
from my government health insurance, because I worked for a doctor and yeah, he didn't pay all the extras for paid our salary, that was it. And he sent us to Cuba once. But it was not a lot of perks. Nice
Right.
guy, but he was cheap.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, make sure that you just look into all kinds of different options. Don't just stick with the first thing that you see.
It's better to pay, $100 or $200 or whatever it happens to be before you go on your cruise than to something to happen and pay thousands or tens of thousands.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I will say, from my experience, uh, from where I had that incident happen in um, Georgetown, Grand Cayman Island, uh, well, actually, on the infirmary on the ship, actually, I just for one night, it was like, I think almost $10,000 just for one night.
I just
So
realized something. Oops.
but
I'm here and listening. I just have to do something I forgot about.
okay. But anyway, yeah. You have any last minute words? Because I've got to get ready to shut this live down because I'm at 2 hours. So
Where'd you go? Well, I will be going live at 5 o'clock, and I will be talking to a couple of the past recipients and finding out what their experience was. So,
but yeah.
my clan Spoiled Mama.
Yeah.
The thumbnail's already up. I have to send the links to the recipients. I just remembered that. So we'll do that for a while, and then I believe at 8 p.m. is Scotty J Travels.
Uh-huh.
What he has in store, and we'll see what happens.
And then who comes on after Scotty J Travels?
Not sure.
Not sure, huh? Okay.
Mine is Michael Ann Spoiled Mama. Actually, let me.
Yeah. Yeah, but make sure you give her a HH4C raid from me, so because she'll be going on here in
45 minutes.
about 45 minutes. So
Give me a second and I'll put my link in here.
okay.
I don't want to drop my StreamYard link. I want to drop the live link. Where are you? That one. Okay.
But like we said before, just because we're having a spring fling dreams in motion CruiseAthon this weekend doesn't mean that you can't donate to this um, awesome charity. You can donate monthly, quarterly, or yearly. And no amount is too big or too small to help, because every little bit helps, and you never know, you can make a difference in somebody's life.
There, I just dropped the link for mine. Coming live at 5 o'clock.
Yep. Live at 5 o'clock. Yep.
I need to send some links out and I need to grab a snack before I go live.
Yep. But anyway, guys, thanks for coming by, and thanks for everybody that's come in the live, and thanks for everybody that's donated. Very much appreciated. And be sure to follow along to Michael Ann and on from there. Because I think the CruiseAthon is going to go until tomorrow night at 9 p.m. will be the wrap-up show.
I believe so. I know we have the Nerd Herd at 7 p.m. tomorrow night. I think Scotty J's coming on after that, and then the board will wrap it up. Keep an eye out. You never know what may happen during the day.
Yeah, so. But anyway, guys, appreciate it. Thanks, Michael Ann, for coming on.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome at any time. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
If I can get my cursor up here.